What is going on, good people?
You got it?
Yeah, I was watching West Side Story last night. I've never seen it. I've never seen the movie. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Man Up Real Talk podcast. I am your host with the most, Mr. Mike Wiley, saying greetings and salutations to all of you, our faithful followers and listeners. Listen, for 5 years, you all have liked, clicked, shared, and downloaded and did whatever it is that you do to support this podcast. And we have not and do not take it for granted. Now, for all of you all that's joining us for the first time, we say welcome. And for everybody else that's back for a second helping, we say welcome back, because your boys is back on the air with another Man Up Real Talk podcast, a podcast for the people. And as you can see, joining me as always is my brother-in-law, my partner in crime, Mr. Philip Hines, a.k.a. Mr. Classic, a.k.a. OG Triple OG, who is always and definitely in thine building. What is going on, fam?
Not the thine building.
Thine building. He is always in.
5 years, man.
Dude,
5
can
years.
you believe that it is
5 years.
5 years, sir? 5 years. It don't seem that long.
It really don't.
It really doesn't seem that long, but it's been 5 years.
But we've been on it though. Mike.
Yeah. A lot of people's like, why y'all doing that? And
yeah, everybody.
it's like it's thousands upon thousands of podcasts. Yeah. It's like, why y'all want to do a podcast?
And what people don't realize is, if you want to be honest with you, podcast really didn't kick off to like 2015, 2016.
Yeah, around that time, which is probably the
first podcast I got on was, I named this podcast later, which is the Joe Budden Podcast now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Drink Champs Podcast. It was another podcast, Comeback Jack Podcast.
Okay.
So, and that was like 2015.
That's what's
so
up.
I started watching podcasts, and that was the time when podcast was kicking off around 2014, 2015. Because when you came to me about it, I told you, Mike, I said, that's all I watch at home now is podcasts.
And it's funny because I wasn't really into them like that, right?
But see, the whole thing is, though, Mike, not trying to cut you off. What people,
you're good.
What people don't know is podcasts are originally only not the visual
audio.
It's only the audio. Like when Joe Budden Podcast was our name, his podcast later, it used to come on SoundCloud. You used to be able to listen to it on SoundCloud. And there was a lot of these others that I used to listen to podcasts. SoundCloud put me on a lot of these podcasts. And that was like I said, it's about 2015.
SoundCloud put me on, like I said, I wasn't really into them, but the ones that I did listen to, SoundCloud kind of put me on to it, because that was like the new thing. It was like
I remember like yesterday when you came to me, Mike. You came to me around 2016 about it.
It might have been even earlier
before
than that.
I think we were sitting in church or something. Either we were sitting in church or we was over mom and pop crib. He was like, I'm thinking about doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, Mike, that's Rob your alley. And then you come a couple months, but I want you to be a part of it. Man, I'm pumping you up, thinking you talking about doing something. Well, yeah. But
man, come on, let's do this thing. What's funny? It was like I had thought about doing it for probably about 3 years before actually doing it. And every time I got ready to do it, something came up, and I put it off. And then the next year came, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it this year. And then something came up. Then the next year, something came up. And then that last year before, that year when we actually decided to do it, how you have it, and y'all may know this, but it's like sometimes when you want to do something, it's like, I don't know what it is about people, and I don't think people do it on purpose, but it's like it's almost like they try to talk you out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they try to talk you out of it, or they try to convince you that, maybe it's not the best thing for you to do.
Oh no! I mean, dude,
it's like, well, why do you want to do that? Is it going to make you money?
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta have thousands of people following you in order for you to make money, and it's like,
no,
if it ain't making no money, like, what's the purpose?
I'm telling you one thing: some of the most successful podcasters in the game, they have said one thing. They say, if you come into this game just thinking about making money, it's not going to work. You got to just show you got to show dedication and being committed to it. You can't think about money coming along. He said, because it's not going to work because your mind is only focused on getting money for it. So you're not going to be that dedicated to it. And me and you have been dedicated, bro. Like I said, a lot of people don't know the stuff that we had to use to even do podcasts.
True.
Man.
And you know what? And it's so funny. Hold on, Mom. I don't know what it is with people when they, I'm live because you're watching the video and then you text me talking about some, hey, are y'all on? I guess people don't read. They don't look at the notifications.
Come on in, we on, y'all.
Yeah, for those y'all that don't know, or that y'all, I'm talking about y'all when you watch the video later. I mean, it's just black. It's black people just late for everything.
And someone probably still looking at. We're not on Facebook, you all.
They still looking on Facebook.
Please tell them.
I can't find
when you share when you like and share this. Say we're not on Facebook.
That was the text I just got. Hey man, I don't see you on Facebook because we're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube.
We're doing YouTube. So
come on over. While you coming over, subscribe.
We gotta come on over.
We gotta get some subscribers up now. Y'all tell me y'all subscribing, and that number ain't moving, so we need more. So we need subscriptions.
We're trying to grow this channel. It's like ground zero,
and we got to really grow it now.
Yeah, we
really toyed around with this channel. You know what I'm saying? Because we was like, and which is good, Mike, because we wouldn't have never gotten to this channel yet.
Hey, Jackie, what's going on?
Hey, baby, because we were so relying on the Facebook Live, so now we gotta grow this channel now.
Yeah, you know what? And this was something that I had been intending on doing, was to grow the YouTube channel and to kind of steer a little and steer more away from Facebook. So, now the work, we got to put the work in, man.
Yeah, we got to put the work and grow it up. But Mike, y'all don't know, man, the Discords and the lapels.
How are we hard to find? All you have to do is tap the picture that's on the post. It'll bring you right in.
No, baby. You want to know if how we don't be hard no more? Subscribe to the channel. To anybody who can't find us on YouTube, just subscribe to the channel and hit that bell.
I promise to God, look,
you'll never miss us again.
Even in the post, I said, listen, just tap onto the picture, and it'll take you right to the channel. People are like, okay.
When you find us, tap on subscribe.
Just tap and subscribe. Yeah, that way you'll get notifications and stuff.
Yes.
But man, 5 years, man. It's it's crazy because it's been a journey. I was looking at some of our I was listening to some of our older shows, and was trying to figure out which ones because the plan was to have some I was going to play some audio from the older shows, but certain sources want to be got nigga tendencies today, and it's just it's not working the way that I anticipated. And I didn't have time to come up with an alternate rig. And hey, Mitz, what's going on?
Cool.
See, Mitzi found us. Thank God for Mitzi. And so I couldn't find an alternate way before the show. So yeah, that didn't quite work out the way I expected. That's okay though, because we're gonna have them for look. This is gonna go on all month long. We're gonna
celebrate. This all month. Yeah, we celebrate this whole month.
We celebrate. Look, just like y'all can celebrate y'all birthday for the whole month.
This is Up's birthday.
This is our birthday. We celebrate for the whole month, and it's
5
cool.
years, y'all.
Look,
people didn't think we was gonna last for 2 weeks. 5 years,
bro. Yeah, listen.
Dedication.
Yeah. Y'all don't understand how people honestly was just like, I don't even understand why you're doing it. Like, what's the purpose? Are you supposed to be like the news or something, or are you telling stories, or like what is it for? It's like,
but Mike, you want to know what's crazy? Remember they was looking at us like we was crazy back in 2017 trying to do this. Now 2022, what everybody trying to do?
No, quiet has kept a lot of people still looking at us crazy.
No, they ain't looking at us.
Yeah, crazy. They are, man. Look, I don't believe in all that fake support some people be saying.
Oh no, you come on, man. You already know me and you. You already know, my dude.
You are. I ain't even.
What I'm saying is, a lot of people looking at us real. I'm talking about before people actually knew what podcasting was.
Right.
They was looking at us like real crazy. But now in 2022, folks kind of know what a podcast is now, and now everybody wants to do a podcast now.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, Mike. Let's be real. Me and you, we jumped in the game before people actually knew what a podcast was.
Well, I won't say that. I think, to be honest with you,
really follow podcasts and actually know what it was.
It wasn't. No, when we came into it, we were at a weird time because a lot of people were starting to transition over to video.
Yeah.
Right. And so when we were coming into it,
we were still audio.
We were just trying to get into the audio game. It was like videos. You crazy? I didn't
want to do video.
Yeah, I know. I already know how that
goes. Them audios, we got something for y'all with them audios. Like Mike gonna tell y'all something little. I don't know what he gonna say, but
yeah.
Thank God for them audios.
So we what's wrong with my camera? This is a weird color. Anyway, but yeah, we had we started with the audio stuff, and just as a lot of people were starting to transition over into the realm of doing live video.
A lot of podcasts switched over to video around by 2017, stuff like that.
And live streaming and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I ain't ready for that. I just want to get my feet wet and try it out. And thank God for humble beginnings, man. We I think our first recording, and it was so dope. And shout out to my wife, man. Look, let me tell you something. When I told her that I wanted to do it, she was just like, well, if you want to do it, she said, I'm behind you. She said, and I'll help whatever way I can. And I told her I told her what I wanted to do. And I was like, I got the fellas, they're going to come over and we're going to record. And she was like, well, where are you going to record? I was like, I don't know, we're just going to record. And she was like, no, y'all just can't record. She set up let me tell you what she did. And Phil, you was there. She had sandwiches and like it was a whole spread. And we sitting up there recording. It was like, what is going on?
Yeah, corned beef,
sandwiches, cake, and all this stuff. And we sitting up there. We had she had mugs made with the logo on there, and our first banner and all that stuff. Man, she was like, I just want you to feel like it's a real thing. And I was like, yeah. And that really kind of helped me to kind of
keep talking, Mike. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, okay. And that really kind of helped me to see to see the vision, so to speak. And it was just like, yo, I don't know, that really just did something for me, and I appreciate her for that, and because I'm gonna tell y'all, when we first started recording, I had what did we have? I had my cell phone and that's look at the first banner. Oh my goodness.
This the first banner, y'all. This the first ever banner.
It looks so goofy now that I look at it. I mean, it's the same sort of, but like when I look at the letter and the stuff, it looks like it was homemade. Look at that. That's funny. That's the first banner. That's crazy. And now we got like so many
5-year-old too.
Yeah, we got so many different versions of the logo now. It's ridiculous. What's going on, Brother Eddie? Appreciate you, man. I mean, listen,
Brother Eddie.
We started doing this thing because here's the thing, and I hope whoever's listening now, if you ever or whoever's gonna listen to it later, if it's something that if it's something that you are on the fence about starting, or something that you want to do, whatever it is, whether it's starting a podcast, starting a business, whatever the case may be, one of the biggest mistakes that we make, I think, as people, is that we want everything to be perfect.
Yep.
Before we venture into whatever it is that we're doing. And you know, sometimes it works out for people. Sometimes things fall in line and stuff, you know, lines up for folk, and they can start it off and it's beautiful when they started out. But for the most part, man, it don't always work that way. It ain't always, you know what I'm saying? Stuff don't always be perfect when you start it out. Sometimes you just have to start it.
Yeah,
you just gotta start it somewhere.
We most definitely didn't start out. I mean, boy, y'all just don't understand, man.
Like I'm telling you, we basically, like I said, just my cell phone and a lapel mic.
Yep.
That's all I had. It's just I had my cell phone and a lapel mic, but the mic was so dope. It picked up everybody. Like it actually picked up everybody
right there in the middle of the table.
Yeah, man, we had it in the middle of the table, and everybody was sitting around, and everybody talked. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know nothing about editing podcasts. It's like when I uploaded the podcast, it was just raw audio. Yeah. It wasn't no special production or nothing to it or anything like that. It was just what it was. It was real conversation, and that's what I think we really, really wanted. We just wanted that kind of vibe. Whereas if you listen to it, it was like you were just listening to your guys, you talking to your guys. You know, that was that feeling that we kind of wanted. And it's evolved over the years. Yeah. Like I was looking at, like, I'm gonna see if I can share this. Like, just to give you all an example. Well, not an example. I mean, you know, a lot of people be like, you know, this stuff is you have to put work in, and a lot of people don't understand the work that you put in. Sometimes they just think, oh well, you know, you're just doing whatever, and it's not. You look at this, and I don't know if you guys can see this but this is our audio library. Now, before we stopped doing audio like right around 2019, before. Like right, I think it might not have been 2019. I think it started kind of waning like right at the end of 2019. And because as you can see, the last episode we did for audio was June 4th, 2020. That was the last one. And we got 73 episodes in the game.
Yeah.
73 episodes. And people look at it like, okay, that's nothing, but to consistently do something for the length of time that we did it, look, man, that wasn't no easy thing. And then what's crazy is that this isn't even like, it really should be 77 episodes. But the original 5 episodes, I wasn't able to upload them because I didn't understand how to upload podcasts and stuff like that.
You was trying to figure everything out back then.
I was still trying to figure everything out. And so those were the ones when it was like all of us had recorded, but it was really just us just sitting around talking. Mm-hmm. And so right around the first episode, which was May 5th, as you can see, so a few days from now, it'll be like kind of our anniversary, was the first episode that was uploaded. And ironically enough, it was I don't get the LGBTQ community. Yeah, it was one of those episodes. And I did the first like these 3 episodes, these 2 episodes here were solo episodes. And then this is Phil kind of came back on these here. And ironically enough, we were talking about LeVar Ball. Now, I gotta give Phil some props. I gotta give him some props in this particular area, right? So we talked about LeVar Ball. And one of the things that we talked about, one thing I want to set straight about LeVar Ball is that, you know, for all of his grandiose, you know, and all of his loudness and the way that he is, the one thing I've always appreciated about him is that the man supported his sons.
Mm-hmm.
And he did what any father in his position would do to put his sons out there and to get them where he wanted them and where he felt they should have been. Right? I'll say that. His method was a little awkward, right? But that's just him. But LeVar was saying some stuff a lot of
times.
That's
when Lonzo was in Lonzo was still at UCLA.
He was still at UCLA, and I think he was about to be traded to
Lonzo was about to enter the draft.
That right, he's about to enter the draft.
He said that he could beat Steph Curry one-on-one.
Yes. And this is when LeVar Ball was talking all this craziness, and he was somehow he beat Jordan one-on-one and all this other stuff, and he just rambling off. And I'm like, this dude is nuts. And Phil's like, yeah, Mike, but man, these boys don't, Mike, you just don't know. I was like, whatever, man. I believe it when I see it. And the thing about LeVar is that he said, what did he say, Phil? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let you shine. What did he say? Tell him what he said.
He said all his boys was good, and I told Mike and Jason, I said they all good. I said, but that last one's going to be the best one. I.e., last year Rookie of the Year. I.e., this year All-Star LaMelo Ball. He was a freshman in high school when I said that. I said that he's going to be better than Lonzo. I said that LaMelo was the weakest one, which LeVar said also about LaMelo. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, that was one of my favorite episodes because I remember that episode because we were supporting LeVar because maybe he was getting heat from everybody.
He was getting a lot of heat.
Doing too much, and we were talking about how he's a real supportive father. But Mr. Classic sat there and told y'all that LaMelo Ball was going to be the best ball out of all of them. He was a freshman in high school when we did that episode. He's a second-year player in the NBA. He was Rookie of the Year last year, and he was an all-star this year. But Lonzo, my dude, too, because that's our point guard. So I got you too, Lonzo.
So I have to concede. He called that one.
Yeah.
He did. And let's be honest, LeVar called it too.
But see, but you know what? This is why I respect him. He was putting his kids in position. They was in high school,
right?
With all that, with those different YouTube channels where he got his kids exposed where he was playing. That's how I know it's LaMelo, because people don't understand LaMelo was real short then.
Absolutely,
he was real short, but he can shoot that ball. And I said that little boy put some height on. He gonna be nice. And guess what? He's 6'8" now, so. He had the skill. He put that height
used to just crack me up, man. It's like all of my sons, all of them.
But let's be real, Mike. You got two sons that went like in the top 3 in the NBA draft. Lonzo went second in the draft. LaMelo went third. Lonzo, got him a nice big pretty penny from us, and LaMelo gonna break the bank when his contract up. Yeah. So. 2 out of 1, he was right.
Listen, all of my sons are great. Lonzo, LaMelo, LiAngelo, and my newly adopted Hispanic son, Lataco.
Shut up, man. Shut up. Don't do that. Relax.
All of them are great.
You're going too far.
He was, Eddie. He was unorthodox. And and it's funny that you say that, because I wondered about that. Like, if he was white, he wouldn't have had to do all that, because they would have been on his sons. They would have been on all the features and all that stuff. But I appreciated him for, yes, he was a little bit on the unorthodox side, but man, how he supported his sons, man, I couldn't even be mad
Mike,
at that.
The problem with LeVar was he wasn't no single mama.
Right.
They used these NBA players coming from single mother households. He was a father that opened his mouth. And a lot of these players coming in now, they got daddy with them.
Yep.
Ja Morant, Anthony Towns, all of them. Wendell, they all daddy.
Mm-hmm. Do we have some really good episodes? I'm looking at them now, like LeVar Ball episode. Oh, we did the first one about why do men hate going to church. That was June. That was June in 2017, and we kind of started looking at that. And we've done a few of those just to explore. And the crazy thing about that is that we realized that men don't go to church for the reasons that people think men don't want to go to church, right? A lot of folks automatically assume that, y'all just don't want to go to church because you want to stay home and watch sports. But that's not always the case. There are some issues within the church whereas there are some things that are not attractive to men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
some churches be tailored more to women than they be tailored to men.
All churches. If you look at the structure of church, most churches are catered to the elderly, women, and children.
Yeah, not even children no more. Just elderly and women.
Yeah, especially now. It's like where
not even children no more.
They done ran off the children. Jesus, I'm sorry. We're trying to get them back.
But Mike, I'm not gonna believe that, man, because I knew a lot of folks that went to doggone church, man, that I grew up with, man. And soon they got old enough, they used to go every Sunday and they was little, Mike. And soon they got grown enough, man.
They was out.
They was going to play football with us at the park because on Sundays, you know who in the neighborhood, and nobody have a problem with it. Like it was game bangers that, you know what I'm saying? They was church boys.
Right.
And some of the baddest kids I came around, been around.
Them PKs, boy, you better look. And if you a preacher's kid, I'm sorry, but you know what's true. Some of y'all is terrible.
I know a lot of y'all church men got these daughters. Woo! On them. Church girls love the bad boys.
Man, look.
I got 4 kids by one, born and raised in one.
Look, I have to do my Charles Barkley. It was terrible, just terrible.
Yeah. But no, man, I can't always say it's not tailored because I know a lot of folks that went to church. Even though I didn't go to church, I know a lot of folks that grew up. I'm talking about grew up in the church. Went every Sunday, and soon they got like 17, 18 years old. They at the park playing football. Who with us on the Sunday? You ain't go to church?
No. They grew up in the church because mama made them go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Grandmama made them go. Look, I'm gonna tell you my story. When I went to church too every Sunday. Mom got me up, dressed up, face coated with about 5 layers of Vaseline. I mean, all of us went to church. But when I got to an age whereas it was like, you know what? I need to find out what's for me because where I was, it was just like, I just ain't feeling it here. Yeah. And my mom was of the attitude, she was like, listen, I don't care if you don't go here. She said, but find you a church where you are at home and where the word is being taught. She said, that's my only request. Mm-hmm. She said, just make sure that they teaching the truth.
Yeah. And
I was like, cool. And I left. And I eventually joined a little smaller church, and and then from there, that's how my walk began. But yeah, man, it's like it ain't always just because guys want to sit home and watch sports. Sometimes it's some other issues that that men go through. I mean, we talked about depression. Man, that was a good one too. We tackled
a lot of things, Mike.
We tackled a lot of stuff, man.
Just keep going, man. So these people can see how long we're doing it.
We talked about the fear of failure.
Yep.
And how to conquer it. We always had our fun shows. Like we had our Yo Mama show. I actually had brought Michael and Gabe on this one. And we was doing and we were just going back and forth with the Yo Mama jokes because I was like, that was kind of from our day. So I brought them in. They was like, oh my God. Because it's like the Yo Mama jokes from my time, they ain't never heard them. You know what I'm saying? So it was interesting kind of going back and forth with them about that. I mean, man, we talked about a lot of stuff.
That Ray Lewis, that's the best one.
Oh, Jesus.
You all need to go back in our archives and look up the Ray Lewis episode. I promise you, you are going to be crying. We act a fool. I know I act a fool on there.
Listen, let me tell y'all something.
Lord.
Let me tell y'all something about Mr. Classic. Don't let this persona fool y'all.
That was a good one.
Don't let it fool y'all.
Y'all go back and look at that episode. I'm
gonna show you the episode, and when you get a chance, go back and check out some of the older audio podcasts. Yeah. It is Let's Talk About Sports. And we were talking about it was fresh off the protest. and we were talking about, and it's part 2 because it was 2 parts, and Jason was with us.
We had to do it in 2 parts.
We have to do it in 2 parts, and and we were talking about we were talking about Ray Lewis, and it's because Ray Lewis at that time.
We talked about that, man.
Ray Lewis was straight up cooning at that time. He just was, and it was just like
pray for Captain. His name is in my Bible. Trying to help a Kappa. You know, that man's name is in my Bible right now. I don't have to kneel. I pray for him. I pray for his family. Man, we acted fool on that dude on that episode, man.
What was so bad is that he just made this stuff look real bad because he was talking about how I'll never kneel. Because I know people who served in the military.
Yeah.
I know what the flag means.
Right, he always breathing so hard, man. Relax, dude. What is you breathing so hard for?
So look, this goofy goes out on the field with the team, and then the team kneeled.
He said
he kneeled, but he didn't know what to do because he was out there and he was trying to appease both us and Massa.
Yep.
So what did he do? He went down on both knees. And people was like, what is Ray Lewis doing? And this
goofy down there praying for Cat. That's what I'm doing. I said praying for Cat. I pray for him. Nigga, stop breathing so hard, man. What is you breathing so hard for, man? What's all that for?
So he was out there on the field, and he was crying. He was on the field crying. Somebody he was praying for Colin and praying for the world. And I see what y'all don't understand is that I was praying in the midst of chaos. And I'm like,
I got that man name in my Bible. Yeah, y'all go back and check that out, man. We went in on him. Oh my God. I mean,
Ray Lewis, boy, every time that dude say something, it's a speech. Long after my rings are tarnished.
Yeah.
Long after my records have been broken.
Nobody asked you to give a word right now, man. Just say what you're saying, homeboy. That's all you gotta do. Keep pushing.
Mr. Bashadi.
Yeah, we went in on that dude.
We had fun on that show, man.
Oh my God. That was, you know what? They had to be one of my favorite episodes.
Because you were acting a straight clown.
Man, I acted a fool. That was the most. That's when I opened my shell up on him. Yeah, I used to be real quiet. That was the
absolute most.
Man, Ray made me so
ever
mad.
Sped any up to that point.
Oh my God, Ray had me so heated, man. I went in on that man.
That was hilarious.
I went in on him, dude. If y'all, I should be praying for Cat.
If y'all ever get a chance, please go back. Please. Man, yeah. And go back and listen to that, man. Because he was in rare form. That's all I'm saying.
I went in on him, man.
He was in rare form.
Man.
Now, what else we had? We had Lord, my wife is calling me and I'm live. I'm live, darling. I'm gonna have to call you back. We talked about Dove, because remember when Dove had that ad, they showed a black girl, and then after she used Dove, she was white. And I was like, everybody was like, what? What is going on?
Wait a minute, Dove? What just happened?
Huh? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, what you talking about? What just happened?
I was in the conversation with you about the Dove when it turned.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, what happened?
Stay on track, Mike.
Jesus Christ. But it was just like you look at the ad and it was a black girl, and then next thing you know, she was white, and I'm like, is Dove trying to wash the black off of people? What is going on? So that was funny. We talked about how to survive black cookouts.
Yep.
We talked about the strippers that was on strike.
Man, we used oh my. Y'all need to go back and check them audios out, y'all. Just please, if you get fan time, just go back and just listen to some of my audio.
Oh man, dude, and this is just from 2017.
Who getting invited to the cookout?
Monique, when she was boycotting Netflix.
I said Steve Harvey can sit outside the gate. when he can't get a plate.
Yeah. This was another good one. These two, because every now and again these shows turn into like exploratory shows for my psyche, where I tend to come to the realization about certain things. But it was two shows in particular. One, we were talking about parental anxiety. And then and this one was kind of revealing, because here's the truth. If you ever sit up there and say you don't have a favorite child, I'm telling you now, you're telling the story, and you're not being honest to yourself. Now, that being said, is not to say that you don't love all of your children equally. It just says that it might be one or two that you get along with or that you vibe with better than the others. It just happens. It's just personality wise. It's like look at your friends. If you look at your friends, like the ones, let's say the ones that you call best friends. If y'all have any best friends, I don't know if people have best friends nowadays. But if you have friends, you pretty much love all of your friends equally, right? However, there may be one or two friends that you might vibe with a little bit more than the others. And it's not to say that you love those friends more than them. It's just y'all just click that way. The thing about favorites, if you have a favorite child, and it's like, and you have to be careful with that though, because see, sometimes people take that to the extreme.
That's what I was about to
say. As
say.
there is different treatment between the children. Now, I honestly believe that you can talk to my boys right now, and they can tell you that I've never treated anyone differently than the other. Now, I may talk to one differently, but I don't treat them differently. So that thing about about having a favorite, man, that really spoke out to me, and that was probably one of my favorite ones. What was another one you had, Phil? You said it was another one that was one of your favorites.
Which one was it? It was the LeVar Ball. It was
another LeVar Ball
one
was one of your the Ray Lewis one.
I like the one we did on colorism though.
That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
I like that one too.
On colorism. I like
that was a good one. Yep.
That was a good one.
What was another one? Oh.
We talked about a lot of stuff, Mike. We have in 5 years, we have talked about a lot of stuff.
The GOAT episode.
Oh yeah. Back in the days, y'all, I used to see. I kind of learned with Kobe passing away. I kind of learned to appreciate, the basketball players now. But back in the days, man, I had a hard disdain for one LeBron James. I didn't kind of tone it down now. But back in the days, I used to go hard on him.
He hated.
I used to go hard on LeBron. I don't do it no more, but
LeBron.
You might go through some audios and hear me saying some of the wildest stuff about LeBron. Especially when we was having those Jordan LeBron comparison episodes.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
We here on the show have officially decided to no longer have those debates.
No, we don't that debate.
So the GOAT debate, we just don't have it anymore.
No,
and
we don't do that no more.
Here's why. I was listening to Chance the Rapper this one particular time, and he had did how when the college kids graduate and they have the guests to come out, and he was addressing the graduating class and stuff. And so he was talking about never being afraid to be better than your idols, or don't be afraid to be better than those that you idolize, right? Or don't be afraid to be better than your heroes, whatever the thing was. It was something to that degree. And he was using, and he was talking about Beyonce. And he made this comparison about Beyonce and Michael Jackson. And he was talking about the Coachella set that she did, because everybody, that was a lot of people. If you talk to her, they'll tell you that when Beyonce did Coachella, that was probably one of her best performances. So he used that as an example, and he was talking about how great Beyonce was. He said, "Listen, I'm just gonna be honest with you." He said that set that she did at Coachella was better than anything Michael Jackson has ever done in his whole career. Now, when he said that, my nigga please antenna instantly went up. Instantly.
Yep.
But as he was talking, I came to the realization as to why he had that perspective. And it was further solidified when I was watching the sports show one morning and Dr. J was on there. And they had Dr. J to list his top 5. And guess who wasn't on his top 5?
He was hating.
One Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
He was hating.
He wasn't hating.
Jealous.
And so everybody was surprised because everybody else around the table was like, they had Jordan on the list, and he was in their top 5. Dr. J didn't have him in his top 5.
Nope.
And so they asked, he was like, well, we curious as to why you don't have Jordan in your top 5. And he simply replied, he was like, look, and it's no shot at Jordan. He said, but I didn't see Jordan play when I was coming up. He was like, Jordan isn't the one who inspired me to want to play the game. And when he said that, a proverbial light bulb went off. And I was like, that's what Chance was talking about. See, Chance never been to a live Michael Jackson concert. Yeah, he could probably watch videos and stuff on YouTube, and he can hear the stories. But he wasn't around during that time.
And that's why I realized with this LeBron generation, I'm not going to argue with him, because think about a lot of these guys didn't really get to see Mike play.
No,
I was blessed to see GOAT play live and on TV. So
bro,
a lot of people wasn't blessed to see it. Like you said, the YouTube channels don't give it. It really don't give it what it really is. Seeing Michael Jordan live playing, man. I'm talking about, that was like poetry in motion, man.
It was crazy. And I don't care how many YouTube videos you watch, you'll never know that feeling of living in Chicago during that time.
People would never know.
When the Bulls was
best time.
Dude,
that's the 90s, Mike. That's the 90s. That's my decade right there.
That's what I'm saying. When they won that third championship, that first three-peat, bro, we on the west side, son.
Hey man, listen, man. Cliff
was on the west side, man.
Just to go to Riviera Club, man. The Bulls used to come with the opposing team, like they had a game on Fridays.
Yes,
everybody know to go up to Riviera Club because the Bulls and whatever team they play gonna be up there.
Right.
So man, I'm talking about them 90s was Lord.
Hey baby, I was talking about you earlier. I was giving you your props earlier.
Outside, man.
You weren't here.
Me and Chop, we was outside then. We was really outside then.
Yeah, but so that's why we no longer have the GOAT conversation, because we realize that everybody, that the greatest of all time, first of all, doesn't exist, because time is always existing, right? So there can always be.
But I'm still gonna call Mike GOAT though.
Well, what we decided to do, instead of calling him the GOAT, which is the greatest of all time, we just call him the GOTE, which is the greatest of their era, and that's how we just leave it. It's like for the time.
Okay, you do that. You do that for LeBron the rest of them.
No, for the time.
Call him Mike GOAT.
For the time that Mike played, he was that
Mike
dude,
GOAT, man.
And it's just like now. And people look at how the guys played back then, Phil, and you got to be honest. When you look at the game and how it was played back then, look at the guards and look at how those dudes played. Do you honestly think,
what?
The way these dudes played, that them guys back then would really, really be able to hang with these new hybrid dudes?
No, we not gonna do that now, Mike. They had ballers back then, homie.
I'm not saying
man, you're not gonna do that to a Clyde Drexler or a Charles Barkley or a David Robinson or The greatest footwork ever.
No one. Oh
won.
my God, the greatest footwork at that time, bro.
Man, dream shape.
You can't tell me. I'm telling you, it's just like as much as it's just like when Iverson shook Jordan. A lot of people.
That's another one. How dare you to blasphemy?
Did he not? Did he not?
He did shook him.
That's
another one.
That's all.
Iverson.
That's all I'm saying.
The blasphemy that's coming out of your mouth. We're gonna leave this alone. Let's move on.
Blasphemy, dude. It's just truth, man. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's truth.
No, but that gold conversation is over, y'all. We don't do that on here no more.
Yeah,
we don't do that on here no more.
It's a waste.
I'm just bothering. I'm just talking smack with Mike, but I agree with what he's saying.
Yeah, it's a waste of time to have that conversation because it's subjective. You know what I'm
man.
saying?
No, it's over, man. No, that conversation is over.
It's like whatever, bro. But we had a lot of great episodes. We talked about the struggle of the female entertainer. This is the other good one, the remix episode. I love that one because we don't get a chance to talk a lot about music on the show because number one,
about the top 5 remixes.
Yeah, because a lot of times, because you know what, Facebook and rights and copyrights and all that stuff, you can't play music. And that would have been an even better episode.
The pandemic messed it up though, because everybody starts DJing on Facebook Live, and the music companies start
cracking down. Boy.
Yeah, man.
They was like, you can't use it.
That's why me and my guys, I used to try to videotape me spinning and stuff, but they get those now. Those get muted, so I don't do that Facebook. Me and my guys, we don't never do that Facebook Live. We spin it. It's a waste of time. You ain't gonna hear the music.
White women in 911.
Yep.
That was a good one.
We did one on Monique.
Yep. This was a good one too. Racially appropriate costumes. Now
that was the chick on the talk show.
That was the chick on the talk show.
Was she in blackface or something?
She did. I don't know who she was trying to emulate, but whoever it was she was trying to emulate. She darkened her skin.
Yeah.
And people really was up in arms about it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. And I got some flack for that because I told them, I said, I thought I didn't have a problem with it. And they was like, oh, so you cool with people doing blackface? I said, no, I'm not cool with people doing blackface. I said, but what she did was in the context of a costume. I said, it's no different than if you put on white makeup. Or if you put on a blonde wig, it's no different. I didn't see it as any different. Now, if she was just doing it just to be doing it, I probably would have had a problem. But if she was doing it as a costume, all right, whatever.
You know what, Mike? I'm not a fan of it, but to anybody that's complaining about that, let me say this. You know I'm not a fan of it. Y'all let Robert Downey Jr. get nominated for a BET Awards.
And
in blackface.
I'm going to tell you the truth. He had me rolling in that movie.
He's funny. That's why I say, sometimes we as black people, we pick and choose what to get mad about. We're not gonna get mad about everything. Leave it alone, man.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, people understood the context in which Robert Downey Jr. did the role. Now, you have some people that say blackface is blackface. I said, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if we're gonna cry blackface, Mike,
right,
we gotta cry all the way through. We can't cry because old girl darkened her skin, but didn't nobody say nothing when BET, Black Entertainment Television, which we know Robert Johnson been sold it, but still, it's supposed to be the channel for black folks, nominated him for playing a black man, i.e., he was in blackface. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, but I wasn't offended by it because I understood it was really a parody because he was playing and it was really a shot at method actors. He was playing a white actor who went to the extreme of getting surgery to look black so he can get a black role.
Yeah.
It's just like the
Mike, we got more problems in this world to worry about somebody putting some black stuff on their face. I'm sorry.
Dude, look.
Black folks got more. It's more things that we can be concerned about or trying to better with our people other than that.
Man, I don't care what. Look, Lazarus was funny to me. That dude, Robert Downey Jr., had me laughing. Every time he was on screen, I just look at him and cry. It was just funny. It was just funny. it was so exaggerated that you couldn't take it serious.
You getting tickled pink, ain't you, over there? What's the name of that movie? Tropical Thunder?
It was a good movie. It was a good movie. They took it to blacks before filming. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Did not know that.
What?
No, he was saying that Tropic Thunder was different. He said because they took it to blacks before filming. So
okay,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. And I was just about to say, I was like, you would probably have more insight on this than definitely I would. You know, with blackface, it goes deeper than just look, I darken my skin. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I like that movie, The Django. You ever seen The Django? Django, Bamboozle.
Yeah.
I
saw. I need to go back and rewatch it, especially now. I want to go back and rewatch it.
Rantan.
Yeah, I want to go back and rewatch that, man, and definitely check it out. You know, but dude, listen, you know, for 5 years, we've had an episode on Charlie Brown. Who knew Charlie Brown was a racist?
And because remember they had the black boy sitting by himself,
and it really wasn't. You know what though? That's what I loved about a lot of the topics that we talked about, because you know a lot of the titles. I mean, let's just be honest. A lot of the titles is clickbait. You know. Yeah. But it was a question.
We've clickbaited, but we've clickbaited a lot.
But it made you think.
Yeah, we clickbait, but yeah, we've taken subjects to make you think about. Well, yeah,
it made you think. Yeah, here we go. We talked about. I remember with Jesse. Oh Lord, pray for Jesse.
Ooh, Juicy Smollett.
Juicy Smollett.
Another we went in on.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. I still said, man. You know what? I couldn't take it no more. So the next day, I got on Facebook and said, I know y'all ain't gonna like, but something not adding up. Right. And it was Chris and my guy Rio who picked up on what I was saying. Like, come on, y'all. I mean, especially you live in Chicago.
The Nina Simone film used blackface.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. What's her name? What's that girl name? Eddie. What's her name?
Is that Zoe? Was that Zoe Saldana?
Zoe Saldana Downer. Yeah, she played Nina Simone in that movie. Yeah, she did. I saw that.
They could have got somebody else to play Nina Simone.
Man, you got several. That's why, but that's Hollywood. You have several beautiful, but it's this show called Our Kind of People. I love that show, but what people don't realize is everyone in that show is dark skinned.
Okay.
Everyone in that show is that dark skin.
Yeah. Look, man, 5 years, 73 audio episodes, and then we've been doing video now for 2 years. I mean, this ain't no fly by night time. This ain't no fly by night thing, man. No. You know, we really are trying to do something, you know, just to be different. It's like I listen to a lot of podcasts, and this ain't no shot at us, but I listen to a lot of our podcasts, and all of them sound the same. It's just like listening to rap. It's like it's a lot of artists, but a lot of the artists just sound the same. And when I listen to when I try to, because I want to network and I want to reach out to other, you know, podcasters, you know, where it's people of color that's doing it, and it's just like I'm listening to, and it's like, no, it's not my channel.
Because see, everybody is trying to chase that money now. So the way
everybody want to be Joe Budden and Drink Champs,
and what? Stop it. Joe Budden is the perfect definition of what a podcast is. So stop that.
All they do is complain and try to make it
Joe
seem
Budden
better than everybody.
If that was a picture, if that was a picture definition of podcast, Joe Budden Podcast would be that picture. That's a perfect definition of what a podcast is supposed to be.
I guess, man.
Let me know, but Mike, I'm gonna say this, Mike, and this is why I love that I'm doing it with someone like you. Because what people doing now, Mike, they chasing a dollar. And right now, negativity is what people paying for. If we got on here, like I said before, if we got on here drinking and smoking and MFing and UB and all that, man, our numbers would be through the roof.
Black people love drama, man.
But I don't want that.
No. And I didn't
Especially
want
somebody that came from where I came from.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to live that life. I want bump all that negativity. I want some positivity. So if we come off as corny and all that mess, it is what it is. Somebody listening to us.
Right.
So I can care less.
Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that, man. And that's exactly it. It's like I'm really, if fame comes, awesome.
But that's not what we in it for, Mike.
I really just want to, and I don't
even like it.
It's not like I'm some. I just try to bring reason
exactly
to the unreasonable. And some things, like a lot of the stuff that we talk about, is like you got so many voices now because social media just allowed everybody to have a voice, and it's so much garbage that you have to sift through to get just some sensibility of it all. And I try to be like that. I just want to try to be that. Man. I want to try to be that person to not just to talk about stuff, just to talk about it and get people to click, but to get you to think about the subject. Like really, really try to bring a perspective or a point of view. And it's not even to change your mind, but just to get you to see things differently.
Exactly.
And to let you know that, it's not always that tunnel vision. Sometimes it's not always just how you see it. Sometimes it's not just and or. Sometimes it's just more.
Sometimes you know what I mean? You're not right. Sometimes I'm not wrong. Sometimes I'm not wrong, and sometimes you're not right. I mean, that's simple. We all are individuals. We all have our own opinions, and that's what it's all be about. You're not gonna get you're never gonna get on here and see me and Mike being all loud and rude and using a lot of profanity. Now, sometimes you might hear some words slip, but if you look for if you look for the I don't want to say this, but I gotta say if you look for the typical ghetto type podcast,
this
ain't not us. Don't get it twisted. I'm from the hood. I talk kind of hoodish, but that's not the life I live. That's not the life I want my kids live. That's not the life I want to portray to anybody because ain't nothing to that mess.
Not my thing, man.
That's right.
And we and just like Phil said, I grew up in Inglewood.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right over
what it's about.
Right over on 69th and Union.
That don't excite me.
In it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why people be now all that mess all that tough Tony mess don't excite me. That don't excite me. I'm just like it's not gonna get me all no. So we're never gonna be like that.
No, we're gonna always try to bring you something to make sense of it all.
Yeah, we're gonna always be respectful.
And that's the goal, man. It's just,
exactly.
that should be the tagline, man up real talk. Just make it make sense.
Yeah.
Just make it make sense, man. That's all we try to do is make it make sense. And sometimes it just won't. Sometimes it's good just to talk about things, man. But if what we talk about can just help it make sense, then we did our job.
Yeah.
We did our job. And I will say, I ain't even trying to brag, but 5 years in the game, and you know what I'm saying? Our audio podcast, and for us to be no names, and
let them know.
We got like 28,000 downloads as of yesterday.
Stop
what I'm saying? So that's pretty doggone good.
And just think if we would have kept putting our audios up.
I mean, but the thing is that people are still being listened to.
I've been saying it for about 3 years. We bubbling to somebody.
Yeah.
We got a small following in the audio game. That's why I really don't care about the video, man.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I didn't really think our videos really got a lot of traction. We have a dedicated viewership.
No, we and them the only ones I care about. You all, and you can tell dedicated ones follow you too. They found us on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
but what I was finding is that when I went back to look at some of the older videos, they had like over 200 and 300 views. I'm like,
Yeah.
who is watching these videos?
See, Mike,
and whoever you are, thank you.
One thing I realized, Mike, is podcasts might not be everybody's thing.
Right.
But podcasts are popular. And it's people that like to listen to podcasts. See, our problem was at first, we was waiting for the people that we, that we knew. But it's somebody it's somebody that's downloading our stuff.
Yeah.
It's somebody that's downloading, because 28,000, man. You look, we'll be at 50. Look again, we'll be at 100,000. So
yeah,
man up, man.
Dude, that was truth you said there, Phil. We were waiting for people that we knew.
We waiting for people that we knew. And I'm gonna tell you, we didn't even know.
I'm telling you now, for those that's endeavoring to do stuff like this, man, stop looking at people that you
don't look for support. Just do it.
Just do it.
Because once we realized we started doing it, and them downloads popped up.
Though it's gonna be the strangers that's gonna support you, man, because they're gonna be like, "Yo, we just like what you do." They ain't judging you off of what they know about you, and I know you from when you was in school, and you wasn't nobody in school, or whatever the case may be. They just looking at you for who you are and for what you're bringing and the content that you're creating, and that's what they judge you off of. So, but look, we're about to get up out of here.
My listen just came.
Listen, man, this month is gonna be great. Actually, we got Brother Eddie. He's coming on. He's going to be coming on. We're going to revisit one of my favorite episodes, The Truth About Mermaids. Oh my God. Eddie, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to it yet, but that was one of my
go listen to
favorite.
It. I really want to hear what you guys say, Brother Eddie.
Yeah, man, I want your feedback on that one. That was one of my favorite episodes, and I'm gonna bring him in because Eddie, for those y'all that don't know, this man is, he's he is a historian.
Yes, he is.
And I don't throw that word out there like
he's a real historian.
He is a real historian, and he puts the work in, he puts the research in, and this man is a wealth of knowledge about many topics, especially when it comes to us.
I really want to hear what you got to say about the mermaids.
He has a lot of knowledge.
Man, come on, get it together,
he has a lot of knowledge on film, and I thought that would be an interesting thing to bring him in on. Because listen. The people were upset about when they casted the little black girl. Her name was what was her name?
I can't remember. They was mad though.
Haley Bailey or something like that, and they were really upset because it was a black girl.
Yeah, they was mad.
And and the thing, and people was like, oh, but the Little Mermaid is traditionally white, and we got into about how traditionally Hollywood whitewashed a lot of roles and stuff like that, and then. And then there was some other, there was an underlying message to the Little Mermaid too that I think a lot of people missed, and I just thought that was to me, that was one of our better episodes, and I want to bring him on and revisit that. And she's a very beautiful girl. The girl is gorgeous, and it's just like the people just mad because they mad. It's like,
well, it be like that sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But so Eddie, real talk, Eddie, man.
Oh, he said he listened to it.
He
said listen to it. It was good.
I most definitely want to hear your perspective on it.
Yeah, so I definitely want him to come and chime in on that, man. And we're gonna go and revisit that. We're gonna revisit our very first live topic, which was 5 reasons why your man may be tired of you.
First time we ever did a live.
That's the first time we ever did
on video.
Yes, I'm trying to get some. I had some guests lined up, but a couple of them couldn't make it. So I'm really trying to scramble to bring some more people in, and I hope they can make it. I'm waiting for a response, and so we're gonna go back and we're gonna talk about that one, and then we're gonna have on the fourth Tuesday this month. We're gonna have a young man up.
Yep.
We're gonna have some young men on, and we're gonna have them talking.
Up.
Yes,
they're gonna put us old heads up.
They're gonna put us old heads on the dating game.
I'm waiting for somebody to tell me when they start saying cat.
Yeah.
Say you lying. Just say you lying.
I don't know, but yeah, so I'm bringing my son, and he gonna have some of his friends on, and he's excited. And it should be a fun one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
He was like, so Dad, he said, so can we be honest? I was like, yeah, I want you to be honest. He was like, he said, all right. So that should be pretty interesting. And then the last show on our last Tuesday of this month, we're gonna have the the two originals to join us on that show for our final one. And look, it's just gonna be a fun month.
And you're gonna hear the original intro song.
Yeah, you might hear the original intro song.
You might. Yeah, no, you're gonna hear the original intro song.
I may play it. Or you can go back and listen to it. If you do, just go back and listen to the oldest episodes and you'll hear it. It's me rapping. I listen to it now and it's kind of cringy, but it is what it is.
That was a dope intro song, Mike.
At the time, I thought it was cold. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yeah, that was kind of dope. But anyway, man, listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are the reason we've been here for 5 years. And so just know that we do not take the support for granted. And I appreciate each and every time you guys decide to click on to these links and hang out with us and talk and chime in, man. We do not take it for granted. And man, we love each and every one of y'all. So we're about to get up out of here. And on behalf of Mr. Hines and myself, this is the Man Up Real Talk podcast. And until we talk again, my friends, you all get 2 fingers to the side. Make sure you holler at your boys because we out.
Peace.